Hi, James Ernest with the Grueling Truth Radio Network. On the line today is Bellator fighter Steve Kozola. Steve, tell us who you got up this week, or in the near future.
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
Who's your next fight against?
Jake Roberts, March 31st, Bellator 175, Rosemont, Illinois. Looking forward to it.
Excellent. So, let's see. Tell us a little bit about some of the other promotions you fought with. Gladiator, Bama, that kind of thing.
I started with Extreme Fight Promotions XFS, and that was my first initial welcoming to mixed martial arts. That was very I'm gonna call it gangster, just how that is. Unsanctioned bout up in the Indian reservation. That was a interesting experience to have that, but it got my feet wet as being a professional fighter. And then my second one was with Bama USA. That was a great promotion, and was the first fight for them, and was able to get my first knockout win. So that was incredible. Went to Gladiator for another one, and after Gladiator, I decided it was kind of just too sanctioned shows, no more unsanctioned Indian reservation stuff. So I was able to go back home for American Predator Fighting Championship, which is a promotion I fought for as an amateur back in Illinois, and I was able to get knockout at night in a spot, which boosted me up to Bellator. Followed Bellator fights. I've had great results there, getting 2 knockout wins. Unfortunately, there was a little, miscommunication, lost of words or something, but then because they never called me back after those wins, so I decided to move forward and go with World Series of Fighting. And after a fight with them, I just couldn't see eye to eye in terms of how I felt that I should be progressed in my career. So just had to cut ties with them, and now I'm back where I belong with Bellator.
Excellent. Yeah, because that one did confuse me as well. I was like, wait, he won. Why the heck did he switch promotions? When you win, you stay. When you lose, then you go. Yeah.
It wasn't my call. I would have loved to stay with them, and we'd be having a different conversation. Now we'd be talking about how I'd be fighting for the belt. But anyhow, everything happens for a reason. Bottom line is I'm back with Bellator. I got a multi-fight contract in, so it looks to me to be very active this upcoming year.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of the things I was about to ask you is how many fights do you feel you are away from a title shot with being undefeated? I mean, it's got to be in the cards in the near future.
That's not something I think about. I live in a one-fight world. Right now I got Jake Roberts ahead of me March 31st. After that, I hope to go to London May 19th and fight overseas for the first time and represent the United States of America. And then just take it one fight. I would take it just one fight at a time.
Nice. On the knockouts, do you go into the fight looking for that? Is that your main strategy, or is that just what opens up because they're more worried about your submission or ground game?
I go into the fight being really always looking to establish my dominance and always going to adapt to the situation that happens. The knockout just happens to occur my last 6 fights, but if a submission comes up, then I will get the submission. But my main priority is finishing the fight. I don't care if it's in the first, second, third round. The finish is what's important. So whether I choke him out, tap, snap, or nap, or knock him out, it doesn't matter. The finish is what matters, and getting my hand raised.
Nice. So tell us a little bit about Thunder Beast.
So Thunder Beast came off of, after my second professional win, as my first knockout, I was with my buddies. We were going up to Vegas for a little guys' weekend trip. And the guys were like, hey, Steve, we got to make you a little bit more promotable, man. Let's give you a nickname. So we were going back and forth with some nicknames. Some were funny, some were serious. And, we had time to kill, so I just popped out my phone, Googled fire nicknames, and started going through some. And then one of those, funny ones I brought up was, Thunder Beast. And both my friends, looked at each other, was like, Thunder Beast! I was like, oh, God, what did I just do?
Mm-hmm.
Proceeded to call me Thunder Beast. They proceeded to call me Thunder Beast the rest of the trip. And right before my third fight, my best man, my wedding, Eddie Escobar, goes up to the DJ booth without me knowing. He goes, hey, you need to announce him as Steve Thunder Beast Kozola. And so right before I walk out, that's exactly what I hear. I'm like, what did I just hear? And then I was like, I got to stay focused, got to focus on the task at hand. Went in there, ended up winning by TKO in under a minute. And then as I'm walking out, I just see Eddie just grabbing his stomach, laughing hysterically. I'm like, what? Oh, it was you, wasn't it? And he's like, dude, you got to keep it now, man. You got to keep it. You just knocked that dude out. You're 3-0. And so I just decided, what are you going to do? You got to keep it.
Exactly. I was going to say with the knockouts and all, you can go by whatever you want to go by with that. If you keep doing those kind of things. And then the other part, it kind of sounds like that. Have you ever seen Deadpool?
I've seen Deadpool, yeah.
Yeah, that scene where they're discussing the nicknames for Deadpool, it kind of sounds like that, but more The Hangover. So if you took the guys from The Hangover and had them pick out Deadpool's name, kind of sounds like that effect to it. That sounds pretty cool.
Probably exactly what that was, except that we were driving, so we were not under the influence. But yes, but that weekend trip with Yelling Thunder Beast definitely involved a lot of that.
Nice. So tell us about Team Quest.
Team Quest is the best, one of the best teams in the world. I train up in Temecula at Dan Henderson's Athletic Fitness Center. Shout out to that whole entire team, that whole entire gym. You guys are phenomenal. Love training with Dan, Sam Alvey, Sean Strickland, Ashley Yoder, Tom Galicchio, Jesse Taylor, Fernando Gonzalez, and many more up-and-comers that you're going to hear about very, very soon. Our team is on the rise, and we're going to be one of the best, if not the best team in the entire country and the world soon.
Nice. That's great to hear. So the coaches are, Dan Henderson, and who else is the coaches?
We have a number of coaches. We have Ricardo. We have Pancho, who does our jiu-jitsu. Dan's always in there, but he's the guy that is a jack of all trades, and he honestly gives us his wrestling expertise. Corey Grant, Isaiah Alvarado, Gustavo, all those guys. I mean, just so many great coaches with so much talent and knowledge. And when you can take their knowledge and put it all together into your game, you're looking at a phenomenal athlete. And that's why our team's been able to produce the phenomenal results that it's producing.
So that's what makes you so well-rounded.
Absolutely. And I also want to give a shout out to Oceanside Jiu-Jitsu. My professor, Nathaniel Soul, is a Hebrew Jiu-Jitsu black belt who's been a phenomenal helping instructor to me, and my boxing coach, Manny Torres. So it's not just Team Quest, it's also those guys as well that really contribute to making me the fighter that I am today.
Who do you usually spar against? Do you have someone in particular, or does it vary a lot?
It varies a lot, but I love sparring with Fernando Gonzalez. He is one of my, he's a great friend. He's going to be my head corner for this upcoming fight. Just a guy who, he kicks the crap out of me. So, got to go in there, get your butt whipped. Anthony Banderas, he's a great training partner. Tom Galicchio. Just so many great guys that walk through that gym. Sean Strickland always tries to grab me, but he's way too big. You're telling me to get someone else. The guy's a monster that just runs through everyone.
So who are the people that we don't know of that are going to be huge in the near future? Can you drop a couple names on us?
Anthony Banderas for sure. You got to look at Jordan, absolutely. Ashley Yoder's in the UFC. She's not going to be making names. Just come into the room. There's even there's guys that I don't see as much as I should that are just going to be slowly making their way up the ladder. And all weight classes too. It's just it's incredible the talent that's in the room right now. So watch. You see that Team Quest. You see that Dan Henderson Athletic Fitness Center logo on their shorts. Be ready for a real fight. If a person's going to go in there and finish.
So who do you feel is currently the best in your weight class in the world?
Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler right there. They're even to me. They're neck and neck. I would love to see those guys fight. We need to do a Bellator versus UFC matchup and see those two go at it. I would love to do that.
I agree with you 100%. That would be an amazing match. And just the idea of, having the inter-promotional fight would be phenomenal. Basically, you take, you're all champions in Bellator. They take their champions from UFC and see who comes out on top. Yeah, that would be quite...
Absolutely. I think Chandler is overlooked so much, man. I mean, his performances lately have been phenomenal. He looks amazing. He looks strong. He looks fast. He's got great level changes. I think he'd be a huge threat to Conor McGregor. If he goes in there and decides to get into a good fight with them, push forward, push the pace on him, keep his head off the center line, I think that'd be an incredible matchup. I mean, Conor does have amazing one-hit knockout power, as we all know. He's got good takedown defense. So, I mean, why not make that fight happen? I think we should be making those fights happen. Bellator versus UFC, why not? They're the two best promotions in the world. They're the two best fighters. We've seen Bellator guys beat UFC guys and vice versa. So why not? It's on the same level. So let's just make it happen.
That would be amazing. Yeah, it's just, how it is with all those logistics and, oh, gosh.
Too many egos.
Too many egos and too many cooks, exactly. So, not that you've ever lost, because normally I ask, who would you want to rematch against? And most people always say, oh, so-and-so that I lost to. But the nice thing is you've never lost to anybody, so who would you want to rematch if you could rematch anybody?
There's no rematch necessary. I always look forward. If you're not going forward, you're going back. So there's no reason for me to go back. I've had dominant victories. If there's anything in the questionable, then I would obviously want it back, whether I won or lost. If there was even a question of who won, then of course I want that back. But everything's been very decisive, so I want to keep doing that and keep progressing forward. There's no need to go backwards.
Very true. You're right. I mean, like you said, your record speaks for itself. Being undefeated, winning by knockouts in the early rounds, it would be hard to come up with a reason to fight any of those fighters again. So, who would be your dream match?
Right now, I want to welcome James Ernest to the Bellator cage. He's fighting off more than he can chew, coming to a major promotion without working his way up. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. I mean, he's got his name, not mostly because of being Conor McGregor's teammate, but I'm not. You know, I know about his accolades as a jiu-jitsu practitioner. How phenomenal is that guy with, his jiu-jitsu skills? I mean, being a Marcelo Garcia black belt, all he's done in there has been nothing short of phenomenal. But where I think he's going wrong right now is not being his authentic self. He's trying to copy Conor McGregor, his talking, his style, how he does things, and that's not how you get to the top, and that's not how you do things. You have to remain true to yourself, be true to your authentic self, and time, the title, the fight, the money, that will all come. But the moment you decide to change who you really are is the moment you stop. And once you lose yourself, you're eventually going to get lost in the shuffle.
Very true. Yeah, I was going to say that I've noticed that with some of Floyd Mayweather's fighters, where they try to be like Floyd and they're just not Floyd. So I could see, similarities with Conor and all. Actually, that's the irony about it. If they weren't so much alike, they'd probably be best friends.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at like who I love, who trains with Conor is Gunnar Nelson. I mean, you look at Gunny. I mean, he's still the quiet guy that he is. He's not. You don't see Gunny going and talking a bunch of crap, because why? He knows that that's not his authentic self. He just had an amazing performance this following weekend. And those are the guys you got to watch out for. The guys who really stay true to themselves, who are authentic and looking to just go forward. Guys who are looking to take shortcuts to the top, whether it's top promotion, top fight, top money, it's not going to last. Stuff that comes easy goes easy. So I would love to, I don't get satisfaction out of fighting an 0-0 guy. I don't think that's much, that's much for me. But I know it'd be a main or co-main event slot, and I know I'd take a lot of his fans off my performance and knocking him out, and I'll progress forward from there. Right now I'm focused on Jake Roberts March 31st, and then I want to go to London May 19th. And if Dylan has decided to cut down to 55, then let's go. Why wait? If you're so good and you're able to get here without having any professional MMA experience or amateur experience, then let's go. What's the hesitation?
My only concern about your upcoming fight is why you've decided to fight a 60-year-old man that is over 200-something pounds and carries around a snake. I'm really confused by that, because I Googled to learn more about your opponent. I mean, I hear you got to watch out for that DDT move that he does.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Everyone's like, God, who are you fighting? Every time I Google Jake Roberts, I know Jake Roberts MMA.
Yeah,
Jake Roberts MMA. That's who you need to Google. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. I don't follow professional wrestling at all. So when I saw that, I just did have a great chuckle.
Oh yeah, because that would be an odd fight. I mean, gosh, yeah, the Jake the Snake character has had such an interesting real and fake career that wow, yeah, him in an MMA match. Now the neat thing though is there have been a lot of professional wrestlers going over to MMA with Phillip Brooks as CM Punk or Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar. But yeah, that would be odd. No, in all seriousness, though, what are you expecting out of Jake Roberts?
I'm expecting him to be a tough and motivated individual. He's coming off his first loss of his career, so I know he's going to be motivated. He's a tough guy. He's a guy who looks to go in and finish fights as well. And even when he's, being beaten, he stays in there and grinds it out. So he's going to be a very tough individual. He's good everywhere. He's got good striking. He's got good wrestling. He's got good grappling. I'm sure he's got a good mindset. But the difference is that I'm great everywhere. I got great stand-up. I got great wrestling. I got great submissions. I got a phenomenal mindset. I got a championship environment around me 24/7, 365. I don't take days off. I don't take time off. I am dedicated to this day in and day out. It is my life. Whether I have a fight or don't have a fight, I live for this. And that's going to be the difference here. Is that you're going to see someone who is devoted to this sport no matter what day, time, year, whatever it is. This is my life. This is who I am. And this is like how I win, finish fights, and get out of there.
Nice. So besides your fight at this event, obviously you're going to be focused on yours, but if you were a fan watching it, what other fight would you want to see?
You gotta see the guys from Chicago, man. Brian Atkins, Josh Shrinker, Manny Vasquez. Those guys from Chicago are phenomenal fighters. They have such amazing talent, such amazing grinding work ethic. So make sure you guys tune into the undercard on Bellator.com and watch those guys. Those guys are the future of the sport. Bellator, watch those guys. I promise they're up and comers. You know, if you need to snatch them up before someone else does, because those guys are going to keep on getting better, keep on improving. They got a great fan base and great support behind them, and they're always looking to improve. They got great personalities. They're going to show up on weight. They're going to show up on time, and they're going to do their job like professionals. And that's the guy that you needed here. Enough of this missing weight, enough of this unprofessional BS. Let's get some real fighters in there.
Definitely. That's always an important part, that whole weight thing. Gosh, it's got to be rough on occasion. You know, you get down to your weight, your opponent doesn't, and then you got to figure out what you go from there. I greatly appreciate.
It's completely unacceptable to miss weight. It's your job. It's in the contract. Stop BSing. Stop being lazy. Stop letting this resistance come in and tell you that you need to eat this or you can get away with that. No. Do your research. Know how to eat correctly. Know how to hydrate. Know how to make weight properly and get it done. There's no excuse. You have the resources. You can Google just about anything and figure it out, and then get some good people around you who are going to hold. Not only get good people, but hold yourself accountable. Make yourself ask, right? No one needs to tell me how to eat or what to do or how to train or how to push myself. I do it on my own because I'm a professional and this is my life.
Very true. You're right. I mean, the importance of that, being able to do it on your own, but still having that support is always nice. So I see both sides there. Well, I greatly appreciate your time.
Thank you. I really appreciate your time.
And I wish you the best of luck for the upcoming fight.